a look at this image, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Max?
Well, it's a very powerful image. It just goes to show that, like, the people take the ocean for granted and nature in general, and they pollute. And it may not look that way on the surface. It may look like a beautiful ocean, but really, we polluted it.
Exactly. The harm is there, but we just don't see it. That's the problem. Today, I'll be telling you guys how plastic is harming our animals, especially our sea animals, and how it can be prevented by visually seeing yourself taking action. So I would like you guys to raise your hand if you have ever seen this or if you ever been part of it by consuming it. Have you guys taken plastic bags when you've gone grocery shopping? Yeah? How about your frappuccinos of Starbucks? Yeah? What about the water bottles? You're thirsty. See, there's one right there. And then utensils when you go to Panda Express or something. Yeah. Plastic's all over us. And I myself do the same thing because it's just how now society is working. However, this little everyday thing is what's damaging our animals in the ocean. So, according to an article on the New York Times in 2008, oceanographers have found that between 60 and 95% of today's marine debris is made of plastic. So marine debris is a fancy word for plastic pollution. So it's saying that all this junk is out there. It's mostly all plastic. So let's look at 4 easy solutions. Instead of getting plastic bags, we should probably start using this, which is like cloth bags. Only 4 people of you guys said in the survey that you actually take this kind of bags when you go grocery shopping, and I myself wouldn't. I was part of the rest who didn't. But I've started to do this because I know it's causing a lot of problems, especially since plastic is really light and it just flies on the ocean. Well, not flies, but the air. And then what I see that works for me, I keep it in my car because sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to get something. And then if I'm there, I'm like, I have to take a bag, So in my car, it's there. So maybe you guys can try that. The other solution is, using this container. Like for instance, if you go to Starbucks, you can just be like, you can put it in here, just so they don't have to give you plastic containers or the straws or anything like that. And you can also use it for beverages like water or anything, or you can even use glass or metal. So those are other solutions. And then also, instead of using plastic utensils, you can carry your lunch bag. Let's see, that's very much fun. Okay, it's right here. So it's like your little quip. So it's like, just reusing them. And yeah. And I have to admit, this is the hardest one, because when I go to the store, like when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, oh, I don't need that, like Panda Express. And they're like, well, how are you going to eat your food? And I'll be like, I have this. And they look at me weird. But you just get the hang of it, because you're making a difference. Alright. And then the worst thing is that this plastic goes in the ocean, and the animals can't really tell apart their food or plastic. So they end up eating it. Which is estimated that 100,000 marine mammals die each year because of plastic litter in the ocean in the North Pacific, according to the Angelita Marine Research Institute. And what's worse, worse, it's that most plastic bags are made of polyethylene, more commonly known as polyphenol, and they are hazardous to manufacture and are said to take up to 1,000 years to decompose. 1,000. That's a big number. We're talking about serious problems here. If it was a week, okay, but that's 1,000 years. Like, I don't even last that long. So it's something that we need to take action. So being that said, you guys should go visit this website. That's www.surfrider.org. And it's a great page because it tells you how you can make a difference. This is where I got some of my ideas, actually. And then I will encourage you guys to check the chapters. This one right there. because that tells you where in California you can go volunteer cleaning the oceans, like with a crew. So you know there's Long Beach, you know, Santa Cruz, or whatever you guys are on vacation, you can always check it out and help in a way. And then, because you obviously wouldn't want to see this. Do you really want to see your ocean like this? No, look at all that trash. And then look at, like, it's just not pretty, in my opinion. It's not romantic. When you guys get married, you want to see this? No. And then poor animals, not their fault. They can't speak for themselves. And then there's your plastic bag, and there's your water bottle. See? What are you guys doing? I myself do it, but you have to start, you know, taking action. Because you don't want this. You prefer to see this. You know, beautiful, bright, it's peaceful. And then see happy beaches and animals and pretty dolphins. So you can really see that. And of course, share your solutions to your friends and family. Let them know. Like my mom's like big fan of plastic everywhere, and I'm like, no, you should start this. I even bought her one just so she keeps it. And I present to her this, and she's actually like starting to be like, that's true. So on the next one, I would like you guys to also go to Take Action on the same website, thesurfrider.org. And then you should go to Ban the Bag California, because it's a small, simple thing. It can make a big difference. And then it will look something like this. And then you just write your name, and then your just where you live, but you don't have to give like your exact address, just like we're in California and your email address. And this will help so that all California starts to take action about this and try to eliminate plastics. Because it's something just small, but it can really make a difference. And then I would like to conclude. Would you rather, do you really prefer to see the birds like that, suffocating in a plastic bag, or getting stuck with little strings? Sorry. Or, you know, seeing their stomach full of plastic, they're eating it, they don't know the difference. Or do you rather see a happy bird? Do you rather see a seal getting all stuck and couldn't breathe, or, you know, just getting hurt or depressed? Or do you rather see a happy seal? Do you rather see a sad turtle where he can't swim because he's getting stuck with all his bags and just eating it and be part of that 100,000 species in the sea that died because of this? Or do you rather see just a really happy turtle? You know, the question is really up to you guys. And then animals play a huge role in our lives. In fact, 89% of you guys in the survey say they do. So you guys know it. I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know they do. They bring happiness. They bring food to us. It's just part of life. And I would like you guys to think about this. You know, our oceans are turning into plastic. Are we the ones to blame? That's a really good question. But I really would like you guys to analyze it. And then remember that world, it's in your hands. You know, it's up to you and your actions and how you try to replace things with other things. You are all capable. If I could do it, which it's embarrassing, but I've started to get the hang of it, then so could you. All right? You got it? You guys learned something? Okay, thank you. Sorry. Yes.
It was a great speech. I liked how you grabbed our attention by like asking us questions, like how do you feel about this or this. That was really great. You brought in evidence, which was like awesome, so you know exactly what to get, you know, plastic bag, what it looks like. Visual aids were really good. There were some cool pictures, so you know we don't have to read anything. You did look at the screen a little bit too much, but other than that, I thought it was a really good speech. Very impressive.
I love the energy when you're so like happy and hopeful. I really liked the speech, and your production was really good. It caught my attention. I liked how you stood over there, no one was on that, so that's awesome. Yeah, I really liked it, and I like the aids. They're really funny. You like had my attention the entire time, so I had to like write stuff down. Good job.
Yeah, I thought it was a really fun speech. I liked how you had a lot of movement, and you definitely feel a lot more comfortable as a speaker. I did think that the conclusion was a little long-winded, although the pictures were very good. So.
Thank you. Yes.
It's really fun to watch your progress as a public speaker over the course of the semester. You're just doing some wonderful work. I thought your delivery style was just so engaging. You're doing a great job. You moved away from the desk entirely, and not very many people have tried that. So good for you for just going over there and seeing what that would feel like. You're kind of, at one point you jump up to point out something on this. It's like, how can we not watch you, really? So lots of things in your delivery make you very engaging to watch. We want to hear what you have to say. Really, I loved the combination of slides and objects. Very nice to bring in these examples of things that you're starting to always carry with you so that you can use less one-use plastic. So nicely done there. I liked your hook a lot. I loved that you had a moving image and that you asked this question that you really expected somebody to answer. Max was perfect in terms of the answer, you know, so, and then you just responded to that. So it was a really nice first moment of the speech was engaging with us. So I thought you handled that really well. And overall, your emphasis of why the topic is important to the audience was very creative. And again, using great visual aids to really pull us into the speech. So nice work on that introduction. I liked your use of Monroe's motivated sequence here to emphasize all the way through the importance of our taking some kind of action. That's really was the kind of the crux of the speech, is that you expected us to help. And I thought that worked well. Ultimately, I wanted you to just sprinkle your speech with more expert testimony and statistics to just, especially as you're kind of reinforcing the problem, just really hit us hard with it there. We're certainly seeing it all the way through the speech and the images, and we can feel it, but I think that can be a more prominent part of the vocalized part of the speech as well. Great job minimizing your use of verbal fillers. Yeah, I think you worked on that. It seemed like there were a lot fewer of them in this presentation, so nice work on that. Overall, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.